This conference will now be recorded.
Peace, family. How are you all doing? You already know who it is, Truths and Beliefs. Coming to you with a wonderful Wednesday market update. It's currently 10:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 15:54 UTC time. But I hop right in it, go over Bitcoin. So we're going to start off on the macro vision of Bitcoin, because we're always looking at the smaller time frames, but you want to see how things have been playing out on a larger time frame. You can start off with the monthly. So right now we can see that on the monthly, Bitcoin is coming down to a level of the 20-day moving average. And if we look back here from June and July, that was the last time we came that close to this level. And from there, we had a run up of about, what's this, 100%? Yep, 115%. And so now we're coming back to that same level. And you know what that means? We could possibly see the same thing happen again. So we even spread it out even more, just based on we can actually take, I like to keep the wicks on because the wicks are actually going to show us how close we came to the 20-day moving average. So right now we are at a level of support that we had back in September. Let's look at the Rsi and Macd. So on the Rsi, you can see that for Bitcoin, we are forming a downtrend. And we can see on the monthly as well that the MACD is losing positive momentum. It's been losing positive momentum since May 2021. And now we're about to get that crossover on the MACD. And the last time we crossed over on the MACD was back in December 2019. So we can go back. Before that, it was June 2018. So let's go back and look at those levels. We can see June, what was that? We one at a time. Let's go back to the first one first. We can see back from, actually, let's go here first. You can see it was November 2019. Open it up. Hope everyone's doing well too, man. Staying warm or wherever you are. I hope you're somewhere that is already warm. So we see that it crossed over. It did break down in March. So we already know what happened then. The pandemic hit. And then from there, we had a parabolic run. I don't even want to consider that 2020 area. So we can go back and look. In 2018, we crossed over in June 2018. So June 2018, crossed over, and then we went down and had to find support on the 50-day moving average, which just formed in January 2019. So just basing that off the history of Bitcoin, we can look to the future that since we're getting that crossover again, I wouldn't be surprised we can potentially hold here, consolidate to the side for a while. And if we can't hold this 20-day moving average on the monthly, we potentially could break down to the next level of support here, which is about, let's say 30K, just to give it a round number, 30K. Let's move on to the weekly. On a weekly, you can see that we are below the 50-day. Open this up too. We are below the 50-day on a weekly, and we do have strong negative momentum. We're below 45 on the RSI, which is the sign that prices not going up until we break back above the 55 on the RSI. You can see this, we've been oversold for back in 2021, starting in January. Bitcoin was oversold all the way up until May, and then that's when prices dropped off. Now we get another run up. We hit the oversold level of 70 on the RSI, and we're selling off again. So now this may be a level of support here. We can draw lines here, and we can see that we had support in September, and also we had support in August here, and then it was also resistance on a weekly, basically in June. Yep, June 7th and June 14th. Resistance May 31st of that week, and also back here in January 2021. So this is an important level right here between the 50-day and this level of support. If we cannot close above the 50-day, you can see what happened here. Couldn't close above the 20-day moving average, and then we were pushed down, and now we're trying to close above the 50-day. We can't close above that. We'll be pushed down again, and price is coming at $35,544. So don't be surprised if that happens. And this is on a weekly, looking at a macro view of what can happen. Also, as I mentioned, we are in negative momentum on the MACD on the weekly. And let's look at the daily. So on the daily, corresponding with that same line that I made on the weekly, we can see that we tested that level of support. And now we're trying to break above on the daily, the 20-day moving average. Let's zoom this out. So that will be the goal before the end of the week, as I mentioned. So basically, for the 17th, we would need to have a close above the 20-day moving average. And we can see what happened here. We did get a close above the 20-day moving average. We got 4 daily closings, but we couldn't hold. We couldn't break above the next moving average. So we were finding support on the 200-day moving average. And that broke because the 20-day moving average broke below the 200-day, and it continued to push the price down. So that's what we can see, or what I can see for Bitcoin. Let's look at these indicators. Oh, I didn't even mention, I did see this. I see bullish reversal on Bitcoin on the weekly. So we have a lower low. The low here is, actually, let's do the body close. So the close here was $41,876. Then the body close, we're still waiting for this on the weekly, but based on the wicks, I really don't like the base bullish divergence on the wicks. I like to use the body closes, so we can see once this week closes what happens. So potentially we may see a bullish reversal. But on the daily right now, I'm not seeing any bullish divergence. We are coming out of negative momentum. Potentially, as I mentioned, we need to get a close above. It could easily be rejected, but we can consolidate on that level for a while until we find some energy to push back above. So yep, if we can't hold this level here, the next level of support I would see is $37K, $500. So let's see what happens from there. Let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum on the monthly. Let's start out with these monthlies. Let's look at the indicators really quick. We can see that Ethereum is heavily oversold, overbought. I think I said the same thing about Bitcoin, saying oversold. I meant overbought. We're too high on the RSI, and now we're selling off. And if we can find support at the 55 level on the RSI, which is kind of corresponding based on the 20-day moving average of Ethereum, which is coming in at $2,000, $2,397. From there, we could see a reversal back to the upside. Right now, we do have weakening negative momentum, weakening positive momentum. I'm not sure what's going on with me today. So that's what we have here on the monthly level of support. Let's zoom in a little bit. You can see that now we're coming in to a level of support. It's almost corresponding. So here we have a level of support with the body. So we can even take these wicks off. Just look at let's keep the wicks on. It's giving us a better indication of the price movement. So we can see that we have two body closes on support here. We did have a wick coming down on this month here. This is the month. The month's not over yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if we either come back down here on the monthly and find support. So that's what may happen. We'll see. Let's look at the weekly. On a weekly, you can see that same level of support that I just drew on the monthly is corresponding with the 50-day moving average. We did get a wick below, but we did have a wick starting on ending January 3rd, the first week of the month for 2022. You get test support here. So now we need to either, let's look at these indicators first. We can see that we are in strong negative momentum, and also that we are below the 55 on the RSI. So if Ethereum cannot break back above the 20-day, which is coming in at $3,685, we will potentially see a price decrease unless we get some consolidation, which the price is moving sideways as we've seen here on the weekly for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. So that is a potential of what can happen. We could see an 8-week consolidation, or who knows how long consolidation. But if not, if we can't consolidate and hold this 50-day moving average level, it could potentially break down to the next level of support. I'm coming in here. Let's just use the bodies for the level of supports. Let's take this off. You can see coming down to about, yep, just say the 50. That's the common level. So we just hold that for right now and come back and assess again Monday. Let's look at Ethereum on a daily. Heavily oversold, but we're still getting rejected by this 20-day moving average that's coming down. I know technical analysis is boring when prices is going down. It's really not that much to look at. So you can run through the charts pretty quick. So basically, until we get a close above the 200-day moving average, it's coming in at $3,492. We would not see an increase in price. Keep it that simple. Let's go ahead and look at Macd. To me, Macd is looking good. So right now you can see that we do have an opening. Let me pull back the wicks. Let me just remove all this too. You know, remove all of that. Bring the wicks back. You can see that on Macd we did get a close on January 11th above the 20-day moving average. We closed at $2.36. The 20-day moving average is $2.28. We had an opening at $2.36 for today, which is the 12th. So now this is a critical point. We can see that today we did wick down and test the 20-day moving average, but now we need to see a daily close above the high, the previous high, which is coming in at $2.37 in order for us to continue the uptrend. So we'll see what happens from there. If we can't hold and break above, if we can't hold the 20-day moving average or break above the previous high, we will potentially see another decrease in price, and maybe this is just a fake run up. But we can see that negative momentum on the RSI is weakening. We are climbing back up. I keep saying the RSI. On the MACD is weakening. And then on the RSI, we are increasing. I don't identify any divergence. Let's see. Yeah, I really don't see any divergence right now on the daily. We did find support on the 100-day moving average from Macd. So if you wanted to make an entry right now on Macd, you could easily make an entry right now at what is it, $2.35. $2.35. You could set a stop loss of about 10%, and then your next target to the upside would be a 23% increase. So that's how you could play Macd. So your stop loss would be at $2.11. Target price would be $2.91. That's what I can see for Macd. And that's how you can play it on the daily. So we can leave that there. Let's take a look at algo. We're gonna move this. So algo is trying to break above the 200-day moving average. It wicked up above, but didn't hold at that point. And now we are seeing weakening negative momentum on the MACD, increasing on the RSI. Kind of the same situation. There's a lot of coins, but until we get a close above this 200-day moving average, I do not see an uptrend for Macd right now. You can see that we've been in about the same range between what, $2. You can just say from here, you can say $2.10, and now between $1.28. I would consider this a lot of consolidation before a big jump of potentially. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at Kava. So on Kava, we can see that I did have a descending triangle, which is somehow playing out slowly but surely. We are now above the 55 on the RSI. Let's get this bigger. We're making closes above the moving average. As you can see, the 20-day moving average is coming up and breaking above those other moving averages, which is a good sign of upward momentum. Right now, we can find support at the 100-day moving average's tail line. So if you wanted to make an entry on Kava, right now we're at $5.03. You can come in at $5.03, set a stop loss of about 9%. Now I'm expecting this move to play out here, so the upside would be, you can play a level at a time. I would expect the upside, so a 22% increase. Take profit level. Each level I would take profit. So my profit level target will be this 23% line coinciding with the 50% retracement on the Fibonacci. For this full move to play out, that would be a 45% increase, going all the way up to slightly above the 618 on the Fibonacci. So that's what I can see playing out. I may need to enter this myself. I should have got in back down here when it first found support, but I thought we were going to get rejected again, and it did break out, but it's still in a good range. It did increase by $1 since then, and that's about a 25% increase. Still not too late. What else should we take a look at? We can take a look at ADA. ADA's in a downtrend. We make it simple until we get a close above 20-day moving average. We really don't see anything happening right here. 20-day moving average is coming in at $1.27. Right now we're at $1.28. So on a daily, if we can close above that level, you can potentially see upward movement, but we see the same thing happen here. We're rejected by the 50-day. So until we get above 20-day, the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day, don't expect an uptrend with ADA. I just want to give a quick update with some of the tokens that I've been looking at. Let's look at some games. Y'all have any gaming tokens saved? Yeah, let's look at some gaming tokens. You can see that Gala has now found support on the 100-day moving average. And as I mentioned, keep it simple. We do have weakening negative momentum on the MACD. So until we find support above the 50-day and the 20-day, don't expect an uptrend. Look at Audius. Audius, the same thing until we find support above the 20-day, and we can see what happened here. We did break through 20, we broke through the 200, we broke through the 50, and then we couldn't find support above the 100-day because we really need to wait until the 20-day moves up and crosses over to indicate a run. So look at wax, same situation. Like I said, TA is born during these times. Everything is basically doing the same thing, same support 200-day moving average. Need to find a close above. Rev. Let me just go through the whole list to see if we can identify anything in the uptrend right now. Nope. So for right now, the only thing that I have seen is Macd in the uptrend. We do have Atom in the uptrend here, which it crossed over back in it crossed over starting in January. January 1st is when the official crossover to 20-day moving average happened. But we did hold this trend line that I had here, which is corresponding with this upwards trend starting all the way back in July, came back down and tested as support. And now we're moving back up. Found support above the 20-day and above the 200-day. And that's when we came back down and tested the 20-day again. From there, closed above the 20-day and shot up from there. That's what happens. Keep it simple. So if you would have had an entry about on the 55 level of RSI, you had an entry here, December 23rd, and you would have been up since then about 50%. Let's keep it moving and see if we can identify anything else. I do want to take a look at Crow. You can see Crow, same situation. Need to get a close above that 50-day, which is coming in at 52 cents. So we can see that Phantom here did cross over December 31st. You would have had an entry based on the RSI starting out December 23rd. About the same as Atom. Oh, this is here, a 80% gain just for entering in from the 55 on the RSI starting December 23rd. That'd have been a good play. So that crossover is essential, that 20-day crossover of all the moving averages. We can see that we did consolidate basically the whole December almost, from December 5th to the 21st. We then found support above the 20-day and support above all the other moving averages, the 50, and ran up from there. Currently, it came back down and tested about the 50% level on the RSI, which is corresponding with the 50-day moving average, which is funny. And then continued the uptrend, but we can also see that we have weakening negative momentum on the MACD. So from here, let's pull it out and see where we can go from here with Phantom. So I'm expecting new all-time highs to come here with Phantom. Let's pull out this. Actually, let me mark this. Come back and look at that. Mark it in 2. I want to do it based off of the bodies. And let's Go from right here, swing high, swing low. Put it all the way over. So right now, the next target level will be breaking above the previous high, which is coming in at $3.17. But based on the body, it's a little bit lower than that, about $3.16. So once breaking above that high, which is about 10% increase, the next level would be the 1618, and that is a 46%, about a 46% increase, almost 50% increase. So I may take a trade on this myself. You already can see that we're up 11% today just based on this level. So let's see if we can break above or hold here, find some support above the 786. Let's check it on our line graph. Yep, find some support here or break above this previous high on January 5th, but not the all-time high, which is coming in at $3.15. Currently we at $2.90. So once we get above $3.15, don't expect, you can expect, well, I wouldn't say you can expect, we could potentially see a run up to the 1618, which again I mentioned is about 45%. So that's something to look out for. Or that gala. See that Kava, we did look at Kava, so I need to go play this myself too. So Kava, let me put that in tail too. Chainlink, you can see Chainlink just made a crossover on the 9th. So now we can see that. Let's put the wicks back on to see what price did. So price did wick down to the 200-day. So I would expect price to come down, find support, the 200-day, consolidate for a while until the 200-day crosses over, until the 20-day crosses over the 200-day. And then we can get a run from there, but we can see that we are oversold on the RSI side. That's why I say we can see some consolidation as price moves down. And then from there, we can potentially get a run up. We can see that we also have weakening positive momentum on the MACD. Let's keep it moving. Let's see what else we see. Mentioned Macd is one of those ones too. Let's put that into Harmony 1 is one of those ones too that's crossed over, starting. It's crossed over all moving average on January 2nd, and then from there you can just see we should had a big candle shoot up from there, and that's what really happens in this space. Keep it simple. You can identify trends and patterns, but we are coming into that oversold territory. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see another pullback to the 50-day, or if not from there, we can break through and get to all-time high levels. Let's pull out the fib on this one as well. This fib we can do based on the wicks. First, starting off, you can see that previously it's been having trouble breaking above this 786 area. which is coming in at 32 cents. So if we can break above this level, get above the previous all-time high, 37 cents, the next target will be 54%, and that will be a 63% increase. So Harmony could be one of those ones as well. Put that on the list. And just to make an entry, let's actually go back and finish looking at it with just the body close. Based on the body, we can see that the next level to break through would be the 34 cent range. And after that, the next target will be 48 cents, which is still, if you will make an entry here, a 49% increase. But as I mentioned, we are coming to the oversold territory. I like to buy support, not breakouts. So price already broke out. The level to get in would have been when it tested the 20-day moving average on the 10th or yesterday, but we already missed the breakout. So now I will wait for a pullback support. Should I see it there? See that pre-search is one of those ones as well that's crossed over. December 21st. Same situation, next level. You already missed the breakout. And I don't buy run-ups, but the next level to the all-time high will be 16%. And from there, we'll see new all-time highs. Let's pull this out at 2. So we need to break above that 786. Break the one spot coming at 44 cents. Next all-time high or next level to reach will be the 1618 coming at 60 cents. From here, that is a 57% gain. Put that in on the list too. This is a weird candlestick here. See, met with resistance at the 100-day and 50-day. That was proppy. So basically, this is a boring time of TA. As you can see, I've identified a couple assets that can potentially run. So we'll see what happens from there. See that V-chain. I like V-chain, so I need to go get some more V-chain myself. At these levels, I definitely need to go get some more because the previous all-time high, 25 cents from where we are right now, that is a 200% increase. And V-chain is a supply chain asset, and we know we have supply chain issues right now. Or you might not know. You can go look that up. So that will be something that I'm interested in. Let's keep it moving. VRA is still in the downtrend. But if we did happen, we can see that. Let's look. You see that we are forming positive momentum. We need to break above, find support above 20, all these moving averages. If we can get above the 55 on the RSI, that would be a sign of entry. Let's look here at V-chain too. As I mentioned, same situation. Got some positive momentum showing up on the MACD. Need to get above 55 on the RSI to consider making a trade. For me, Let's keep moving along, see if we can identify anything else. Wax found support on the 200-day moving average. Now it's trying to move back up. Pretty sure it'll be tested with the 20-day. Maybe potentially push back down to find more support on the 200-day. We'll see. Weakening negative momentum, so we can probably see that run up to here, still below, way below 45 on the RSI. Keep it moving. You see that Woo Networks just made a crossover when just crossed over yesterday, the 11th. So this is the potential run here. You can see that we do have positive momentum showing up on the MACD. We are now above the 55, almost. Are we above? Yeah, we're basically almost above the 55 on RSI. If we come back down and find support again, I'll add this to potential move to the upside. Yep, that's basically my whole list. I ran through all the tokens that I have on here. Let's look and see if I have anything else on here that I didn't. We went through that. I don't see anything else really. Yeah, Hex. I need to grab some more Hex for sure. Let me add that. But we are moving back down to that get out level. So unless we need to hold above 21 cent, if we can't hold above 21 cent with Hex, we will go down back to lower levels. Next level support 19 cent, and don't be surprised, maybe potentially probably hopefully we do hold this 21 cent. Let's keep it there. Hold this 21 cent level and call it from there. And that's the whole market update that I have. Hope you all find this helpful. Have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you're in the Discord, DM me. Just let me know. We can work on whatever you want to work on. You have some problem using a protocol, reach out to me. For YouTube, the link is below. For the crypto consultations, they use different protocols of lending, provide liquidity, staking, and just finding out new projects and new NFTs that you can use that have use cases where you can earn yield from having NFTs. So hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Peace, power, and prosperity to all of you. Peace.